Laura Southard says, can you talk about your story that you outlined in Sober? You went through some really crazy stuff. Dude, yeah, I went through some really crazy stuff. I mean, it's really easy to go through some crazy stuff when you make really stupid decisions for an extended period of time. And essentially, like, I mean, that's what I was doing, man. It didn't start out that way. Like, I've been drinking since I was a kid. I was a pro wrestler before I was a rapper. Like, I've been around party culture like my whole life. And out of all the shit that you see in party culture and stuff, the one thing that really stuck with me and the one thing that I really enjoyed was drinking. So, you know, it was a really slow, that's what's dangerous about addiction. You do something because you enjoy it. You do something because it makes you feel good. And then you keep doing it because it's making you feel good. And you're doing it more and more often and more often and more often and more often. And all of a sudden, one day you're just like, holy shit, I'm fucking addicted to this shit. And you don't realize until you're smack dab in the fucking middle of it. That's what's so dangerous about it. So, everything that I talked about in the Sober music video, or the song called Sober, that was all legitimate stuff. All the crashed cars and crazy situations I spoke of, working up north on the oil rigs and the oxys and all that shit. Like, that's all true story. All I can say is that, like, I'm super, 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 super grateful to have made it out of that alive, because, to be quite frank, most people don't. Like, one of the guys that was, when I was talking about the oxys and working up north on the oil rigs and stuff, like, one of my best friends on that crew that worked up on those oil rigs with me, his name was Glenn, he overdosed and died from that shit. Like, 3 months after I quit that job, or 6 months after I quit that job, he overdosed and died. So, like, I'm just very grateful to have made it out of there. And yeah, man, like, drinking was my thing. I just really liked it. And before I knew it, I liked it way too much. And to me, it was like, it wasn't really, it was weird. I didn't feel like I was addicted to drinking. I felt like I was addicted to having the best time ever, all the time. And for some reason, alcohol seemed to facilitate that. So it's like, I just wanted to have a good time and feel good and be happy and be with my friends and and catch that vibe. And the common denominator to all of those good times was booze, unfortunately. So yeah, it was a slippery, slippery slope. I didn't realize I was sliding down it until it was too late and I was in the bottom of a fucking hole. And I'm glad at this point to say that I've climbed out and things are well. So